Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome. Come in, come in. Okay, you gotta sign in. Tell me who you are and where you're signaling from. Hi, Andrea. How you doing? I don't know why I'm not seeing it on my phone. Uh, this is kind of a weird thing here. You are too excited. That's funny. Okay, now let me turn this down. It's really a weird thing you have to do here with all this ID. Good morning. Well, good evening. Welcome, New Zealand. I'm glad you're here. This is my Q&A day. I figured I hadn't done a Q&A in a while. And as you can see, I'm in my RV. So, hey, I'm in the captain's chair up front. This is where I get the best light without having to set up a light. So, um, honey, please. Okay. Oh, you think so? Andrea says it's a great twist out. Yeah, I got problems with this twist out. I'm gonna tell you guys about it here in a minute. Um, oh Lordy, my husband's chasing a spider. Ooh,
It was a spider.
the joys of living in an RV. You're always chasing little critters that try to come in. Okay, you guys, make sure you do a thumbs up. So let me tell you about this hair and this thing right here. Lord have mercy. Anyway, yesterday I washed my hair. We had been camping for about a week. We took the RV in to town about an hour away and got a new roof put on it, right? So we were there for a week. And then when we left, we decided to just stop along the way. And we pulled into this big park that had like 63 acres. And we decided we were just going to camp there because nobody was there. And so we stayed there for a week. And we had water and all that, but I didn't want to use the water. I don't know why, but I didn't want to use the water on my hair. But anyway, so yesterday I decided, okay, I got to wash my hair. Today I discovered what I did wrong. Oh my gosh. I just discovered this a few minutes ago. I don't know why I didn't see it before, but I'll tell you what I did. I thought I was washing my hair. So here I am in the shower, giving my hair a good rinse and all that. And I grabbed this. Now, this product, I've used this before. It's coconut whipped cream leave-in conditioner, right? I thought I was washing my hair with a cleansing conditioner. This one isn't a cleansing conditioner, and I didn't even realize that until a few minutes ago. When I asked my husband to bring me all my stuff that I used yesterday, and I looked at it and I was like, this isn't even a cleansing conditioner. So my hair got some extra conditioning yesterday. And I guess in a couple days, I'm going to have to go back and wash it because it didn't get washed. It got a good rinse and it got a good conditioner. Anyway, so this is Ren Pure Professional. And that's what that looks like. So foolish me, not knowing that it wasn't a cleansing conditioner, I did rinse it out. And then when I blotted my hair dry, I like to use coconut oil on it. Sorry about the glare, but I like to use extra virgin coconut oil on it. However, because it's starting to get warm here, I'm going to have to change that because unless I'm sitting in here or at the house with cool air blowing, it's too warm. The coconut oil will just start to melt, right? It'll just, I'll have a meltdown. It'll start running down my neck. Anyway, me not knowing that I conditioned my hair, I put the coconut oil on, and then I put this on, which was my leave-in. This Cantu with argan oil. So last night, I'm watching this series, and I'm thinking to myself, why does my hair feel so oily when I didn't, I put coconut oil, but it felt oily, and I didn't know why. Well, now I'm thinking, now I should have known, right? Anyway, so I've got coconut oil and argan oil on my hair, and whatever oil is in here, coconut. So anyway, I started turning into an oil slick. Well, I couldn't put any more oil on my hair because that was just going to make it worse. I know, right? I'm going to melt down. So now, so I take my hair out not too long ago, and I started to use this yesterday, and I didn't. Now, this is Shea Moisture's Curl Enhancing Smoothie in a tube. It says it's for thick, curly hair. I don't have thick hair, and I don't have curly hair, so there you go. But I have bushy hair. I didn't use that. And it's probably a good thing that I didn't, kind of, because it has silk protein and neem oil. I'd have been sliding out of the RV. Anyway, so my hair doesn't look the way I thought it was going to. Like, I could tell that my cuticles are open because it looks a little bit frizzy to me. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys what happened. That's what happened. My hair is, oh Lordy. Yeah. So if you're I don't know how the temperature is or what's happening in New Zealand. Looks like she might have lost her connection, but anyway, if you're going into the winter months now, which I think they are in Australia and New Zealand probably, and you use coconut oil, it'll probably be okay. But in the summer months, man, if you're in a climate where it gets hot, you're going to have to change your routine, or you're going to you'll have soft skin, but you'll be greasy. your skin will be smooth, but you'll be, ooh, yeah, that could be a problem. Anyway, so I don't know if it's are you going into your winter months, D, in New Zealand? I think you might be. I'm not sure when winter starts over there, but anyways, so I hadn't done a twist out in a long time, and my hair feels. See, look at that. Look, it's crazy. It's untrained, right? Before, I was wearing twist out or twist all the time, and my hair was pretty trained to the point where I was starting to get permanent parts, which I did not want. So I stopped doing that, and I started just pulling it back, pulling it back, pulling it back, or putting it in two flat twists on the sides, right? So to me, this is a more like a failed twist out because it doesn't have the definition that I wanted. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't use the styling smoothie that I thought about, only because my hair just felt weird. I didn't realize, I didn't catch it until a few minutes ago that that was actually a leave-in conditioner and not a cleansing conditioner. So there you go. That's what happened with that. So today, I'm not going to keep you guys long. I just wanted to come on and let you know why I hadn't been on in a couple of weeks. And I don't see myself doing a video more than 2 or 3 times a month, a video or a live session. And that's because uh, I'm not getting the participation that it takes to do this. So there's other things I can be doing with my time. And I've had this channel for, uh, I guess, almost 5 years, 4 years, 5 years. Yeah. And I have, it's a small channel still, there's there's over 6,000 subscribers. But when I do live broadcast, or if I do videos and I go back and I check the numbers, there's not as many people watching as I feel should be watching for the amount of work that goes into editing and uploading and all that kind of stuff. And YouTube is not my job. There are some people that are on here. This is their job. I mean, they're making so much money on YouTube that they quit their jobs and they just do YouTube. Yeah, that's not my story. so it has to be worth my while and worth my time. Whereas I enjoy dialoguing with you guys. She said, no, I enjoy dialoguing with you guys. But if you look in the chat box, you can see what I'm saying, right? Because people either come on and they just kind of lurk in the background and they don't participate. And that's what Google looks at. They own YouTube, right? That's what they look at. Are people participating? Are they responding? Are they doing thumbs up? Are they doing any of this stuff? And that's what keeps your channel active, and that's what keeps your channel in the forefront so that people can find it more easily and stuff like that. But if I can't get the audience to participate in 4 years, then either you're not interested in the content or you're not interested in the channel staying on YouTube. So it's not even up to me at this point because I'm always here, right? But I had mentioned this to you all before that you have to participate or YouTube will just, the channel will disappear and I can't control that. So, hey there, Lake Lizard. You should make sure you pop over to the other channel because I just uploaded a video over there about our camping trip. So anyhow, yes, Google is kind of wretched. But so that's the challenge that I'm facing, right? I can come on here every day and make a video, but if the audience doesn't participate, then YouTube or Google will just take it like they don't like the content or they're not interested or whatever. And oh, you watched it already? Okay, good. Thank you. I hope you gave it a thumbs up because that's the problem that I'm having. When I have 6,000 subscribers, which is a very small channel, and I get, 12 thumbs up, something's wrong with that. Something is really wrong with that. So either you guys don't like the channel, in which case I'll be happy to go away because I can do other things with my life, or you're going to have to help me out here. I'm surprised I'm still here. I'm surprised the other channel is still there because we have the same problem on that channel as well. People, they're consumers, but they don't really participate. And they don't understand how YouTube works. And I don't understand all the ins and outs because, like I said, it's not a job for me. This is just something that I do. I don't have a contract with them for them to pay me and all that. I don't have a contract. So and thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. And so even looking at this, right, it says there's 9 people on, but only 6 people gave a thumbs up. And this is the problem that I have, right? So if you find yourself, you keep coming back to the channel and you keep watching, but you're not doing that, then you're part of the reason why the channel would go away. You're the reason that the channel would go away because that's what they look at and I can't control their policy, right? So if you want me to stay, then you're going to have to work with me on this and give it a thumbs up and you know make some comments. That's what they look at, and there you go. Andrea says, I think YouTube has been playing with notifications and turning off comments. They have been doing that. And I don't really know what that's about. I think maybe they, um, well, I know from looking at other people's channels and hearing their complaints, if they don't like what they feel is your political leaning, then they start messing with your channel. They'll either boot you off altogether, which absolutely has nothing to do with anything really. It's like censorship. That's what they'll do. So or they'll suppress your channel. I don't get into a lot of politics on either one of my channels. If I really feel pushed to say something, then I will. But I try to keep it based on the subject, based on the title of the channel. Whereas my husband and I have the other channel called the Christopat's Adventure and Travel Channel, and on that channel, that's what we talk about. If we take a trip somewhere, we talk about that. If we have something weird happen, we talk about that in the way of an adventure. And on this channel, I try to keep it with hair. But every now and then, I will say something because I'm an American and I have a right to do that. They also have a right to shut me down if they don't like what I say. They don't really have a right, but um, because I have a constitutional right to do so. However, it's their platform. And if they say, well, we don't like your content, they can make it go away. So you need to be aware of that. Um, I have also been told that people have found that they were unsubscribed to the channel and they did not unsubscribe. And I've seen that happen with me and other channels where if I click the bell, if you click that little bell on the home page, the landing page of this channel or any channel, it is supposed to give you notifications every time that person uploads a video or when they go live. You're supposed to get a notification. What I have found with a lot of my channels that I watch is I go back and look and the bell is clicked, but I'm not getting notifications. The only way I know they do something is because I'm thinking, oh, I haven't seen them in a while. I wonder what they're doing. And then I go over there and they've got all these videos, but I never got a notification. And I've been told that about my channel also, that people aren't getting notifications. I don't know what that's about. What can I tell you, right? There's a lot of bias and censorship going on for whatever their reasons are, whatever their uh, complaints are. They feel that they have. So the only thing that I can tell you is that you'll have to double check, make sure that you're still subscribed, make sure that the bell is still clicked, because I'm having the same problem. A lot of other people are having the same problem. And I don't think it's just all YouTube algorithm, AI stuff either. I think there are actual people sitting behind a keyboard that are very zealous to turn things on its head. And if they don't like what you say, then they mess with your settings and they do all this other stuff in the background. So you'll have to double check. And you're right. Lake Lizard says free speaking is at risk these days. It is. Depending on what it is you're willing to lose. I'm not willing to give up my free speech. And I figure whatever I can't say online, I can say in somebody's face. What they gonna do, So um, I'm not easily manipulated like that. So I feel sorry for people that this is their job. They're under some kind of contract, and what they say can be shut down. They can literally lose their livelihood. This ain't my livelihood, okay? So I don't really care what they try to do. It's not going to affect me financially. So, but I wanted to let you guys know that that's the time that we're living in now, right? You have to be intentional about being a part of this channel, or it can just go away, and there's nothing I can do about it. So if you're not intentional about it and You sign on one day, you hadn't gotten a notification, and you're like, I wonder what Silver Crown's doing. And you look for me and I'm not there. Well, there you go. What can I tell you? You'll have to look back and see. You'll have to look back and see. Did I contribute to that? Did I give it a thumbs up when I needed to, or was I just a consumer? Anyway, so that's. I just want to let you guys know. Yes, George Orwell. If you guys don't know who George Orwell is, Google it and read about George Orwell. Uh, he said a lot of things about stuff that is kind of happening right now. So just saying. Pardon me?
Keep in mind that the first thing that the Nazis did when they came to power was take over all the communication.
Well, that's true. My husband said in 1939, when Nazi Germany came into power, the first thing they did was took over control of communication. So they were manipulating media and all this kind of stuff because they only wanted you to know what they wanted you to know, and they only wanted you to think what they wanted you to think. And if you had your own thought processes or your own system of reasoning things out, then somehow you were the enemy and they had to shut you down. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, right? If you're one of the people who feel like you don't want to hear what nobody else has to say unless they're in total agreement with what you think and what you say. Yeah. So anyway, there's a whole lot of other countries that'll welcome that. But I don't think the United States is one of them. Not most of the people. Anyway, so back to my hair. It's frizzy to me. It's not very defined. And like I said, I think it's because it's got so much conditioner on it and it wasn't a cleansing conditioner. Who knew? Not me. So I will be washing it again here again, I'll be washing it um, probably in the next two or 3 days. And what I did do was I did spray it down with a vinegar, apple cider vinegar and water solution. So I guess it kind of got a cleansing, but yeah, yeah, it felt kind of weird, a little bit clean, but not quite. I couldn't understand what was going on. And of course, we had just sanitized our tanks and everything, and put a new filter on. And so I was thinking, oh, maybe it's the water, city water or whatever. I don't know. But no, it was the products that I used. So there are, yeah, yes, it is a co-wash. That's what I called myself doing, was a co-wash. But you need a cleansing conditioner for that, and that ain't what I did. So there you go. I guess what I did, somebody would call maybe like a deep conditioner, deep conditioning. I don't know. Yeah, that's a co-wash. When you wash your hair with a cleansing conditioner, it's a co-wash, and this is a co-wash too. Thank you. She said it looks good from where she said. Thank you very much. My husband said it's beautiful. But you know what? You know how you want your hair to look, right? And yeah, it ain't looking like I want it to look. Anyhow, it is growing. See? And I just cut it too. So, but I told you guys, it never seems to go past armpit length. It just, you know, it gets there and then it starts getting funky, and then I have to um, trim it. So I just trimmed it, when last week, or I did it on camera, whenever that was. You guys saw me trimming my hair, but it was kind of weird because I had it pulled up. Remember, I had it pulled up, and I was saying, "Oh, this needs to be cut," and I was trimming it like that. And then I found out when I finally took it down and was twisting it that I hadn't really got this side real good because it was pulled up to one side like that. So this morning I had to snip on this side to get it to go. All right, so it's time for our Q&A. And so just, if you have a question, put it in the chat box, and I will try my best to answer your question. It can be hair related. It doesn't have to be hair related. If I can answer your question, I will. If it's a question I think I should not answer, I won't. And I'll tell you that. Yes, the shrinkage is real. It sure is. Any questions, you guys? You know this is a Q&A, right? I told y'all that yesterday when I put the announcement up, which, by the way, I did very well on putting the announcement up because usually I'll just pop on here and I told y'all I was going to try to do better. How long did I camp? Just for a week. Yeah, we were on our way back here because our RV, we bought 9 lots of land and we're just, because you know what? I was thinking, I'm tired of, I don't like RV parks. Really, I don't because you're kind of like right next to, I can't stand it. No. So we bought our own lands and you know what? We'll just put in the services, the water and all that. It just so happened that when we bought this, there used to be a single wide trailer that was here. It was gone when we bought the land. However, the sewer line was still here and uh, the electricity was still here, but we had to have it modified so it wouldn't blow up our RV. And the water was here. But we just had to move stuff around a little bit. And my husband uh, did the sewer line. They broke the sewer line, the stanchion that came out of the ground when they moved that trailer. So he redid that himself. And then we had the electric company come in and move the power to the other side and bank it down some so we wouldn't plug stuff in and fry our RV. So we did that. And so this is where we sit. And we were just figuring last night that it cost us about, I don't know, I guess $250 a month. That's with propane too, and everything. We have a 120-gallon propane tank that we fill up, I think maybe 3 times a year. And anyway, yeah. So, okay, let's see. Has anyone been trying to buy the land from you? No, we haven't. We haven't posted it for sale or anything either. We only been here 2 years, so we still have our house here in Oklahoma, and we still have our home in Canada, but it's rented. It's rented out. We're not going back to Canada right now. They crazy. Anyway, I'll do crazy. They are nuts. I'm not going back up there. Let's see. How have you been since the heart attack? Oh, you know what? I'm doing well. A matter of fact, I just had thank you for asking. I just had an annual physical a couple of weeks ago. Everything was fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm a lot heavier than what I want to be. Some of that is the medication, and the rest of that is I like cooking rich food. So there you go. My problem. I'm my mother's daughter. What can I tell you? My mother was an excellent cook, and I like to cook. I like to cook. I don't like to bake so much, but I like to cook. Anyway, so did it change my life? Well, I'm still eating rich food, but my so maybe that's a no. But my they didn't have to like crack my chest open or do anything like that. I just had some not even plaque. It was just a little bit of something in one of the arteries that feeds oxygen to the back of the heart, whatever you call that, descending something or another. Yeah, anterior descending something thing. Anyway, they said it wasn't hard or like that. It was soft, but it was enough to stop the blood flow from getting through. It was getting through, but it wasn't getting through like it needed to. So they cleaned it out and put a little thing in there to keep it open, keep it from collapsing after they cleaned it out. And they said it was very soft. It was very easy to move. It wasn't a big deal. So yeah, I'm doing fine. Doctor said everything was fine except my good cholesterol. They wanted to be higher. The bad cholesterol was exactly where it's supposed to be. It was fine. But I'm thinking So I asked her, how do you get your good cholesterol up? And she said, eat more avocado. Avocado is not a regular part of my diet, but I have to remember to incorporate that in my shopping when I shop, because I don't think about it because I'm not big on Mexican food. So I don't think about avocados. Anyway, let's see. Oh, she said we're shrewd business people. I try. My husband says I'm very good with money and all that. So, hi Ramona, good to see you. Good afternoon. I know, Lake Lizard, guacamole. I can make some mean guacamole now. I tell you that. I do pretty good with that when I do make it. I just don't think to buy it. Um, I have a personal assistant that lives at our home um, an hour away, and she's been living there for, gosh, 15 years now. So when I'm in Canada, she takes care of everything there and all that. But anyway, she's a avocado fiend, and I'm telling you, if she buys the avocados, which she does, then I'll make the guacamole, or she'll make it, or something like that, or we'll just eat it plain, throw some Greek seasoning on it and eat it. But if I'm here, I don't think about it because it's just not something that's part of my shopping. So yes, I am doing well. Thank you very much. With the exception of the rich food, I can't help. You know what? I cannot eat plain food. I just can't. And I can't go out chewing on people's bushes. I'm definitely not vegan and I ain't vegetarian. So what can I tell you? I'm a meat and potatoes girl. I gotta have some food. I can't be I don't know how people live on vegetables. How in the world? How do you live on just vegetables? I have no idea. I can do that too. Now I can eat an avocado like that, but it's gotta have a little something on it. Otherwise, it's like non-slip grease. So yeah, I gotta put something on it. Anyway, so Ramona, how are you? Haven't seen you in a long time, and I don't know that I've ever seen you on here live. Me and Ramona go back many years. I haven't seen her in many years, but we used to live in the same city. Any more questions? Because tonight I'm making, you know what I did? I decided I was going to make some seafood patties, which I have not done in a very long time. Oh, Lake Lizard said she'd give up carbs. Her sugar was high, lost a bunch of. Yeah, you know what? I was a little bit concerned about that. I'm not diabetic, but I got close to where they don't want me to be. And I'm not a sweets person, really. I'm not. Well, of course, carbs can take all kinds of shape too, right? Um, but I'm not one that eats a bunch of junk all the time. That's not my thing. But like I said, I'm a meat and potatoes girl, and potatoes are carbs. I like potatoes. I have noticed that when I eat potatoes or I eat rice, white rice, which is not that great for you, um, yeah, I get sleepy. It plummets my blood sugar. Hi, JC. Oh, you're at work. Okay. Have a great weekend, my friend. And thank you for the package. Thank you that you sent me. I appreciate that. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna, because I'm having seafood cakes tonight that I'm making. And I'm gonna try what you sent me. Thank you. Yeah, mine isn't high, but it's in normal range, but it creeps sometimes. Thank you, Tasha. She said my hair is cute. Yeah, I wish it had come out a little bit better. It's just it's a little frizzy. It's a little more defined than this had I done it right. Had I done it right. But I think it's just untrained because I haven't worn my hair out so long. You guys, if you look at my other videos, you'll see my hair is just pulled back a lot, or it's in two flat twist or whatever. Anyway, so what's everybody making for dinner this evening? I'm making seafood patties and maybe a broccoli, cauliflower, carrot medley or green beans with, I don't know. I'm going to make an aioli, which I've never made before, if you can believe that. But I'm going to make one that I think will go nice with the seafood patties. What I had was I had some mackerel, which I don't really care for mackerel, but I have it. And I thought, well, I need to do something with this. So I took it out. This is the stuff that comes in the can. So I took it out and cleaned it, cleaned the skin off. You having bacon and eggs? Good for you. I made my husband bacon and eggs and pancakes one night for for dinner. He was happy. I'm like, okay, doesn't take a whole lot to make him happy. But anyway, yeah. So I took this mackerel out of the can and I took the bone out. You know, that stuff is pressure canned, right? So the bones are real soft. They are edible. You can eat it. But I just took it out because I didn't want that texture in there. And I had some colossal shrimp that I washed and cleaned and took them out of the shell and all that. And then I pulverized the shrimp. If you guys look, you'll see where I made some hot sauces. Well, I took one of my hot sauces that I made and I put it in with the shrimp and some onion. And I didn't want the onion to be raw tasting. So I chopped that up, pulverized it, put it in the microwave for a minute to cook it a little bit. And I mixed that in with the mackerel, the shrimp, some spices, some of my hot sauce, an egg, a little bit of breadcrumb, not a lot. And I'm gonna bread it and bake it in the oven, I think, depending on what the temperature is. Because right now it's saying that it's 78 in here and it's 79 outside. Now I ask you, why is my air conditioning running and it's 78 degrees in here still? It doesn't feel that warm, but that's ridiculous. A tuna sandwich. Okay. I like tuna sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. I tell you, my least favorite fish is salmon. Ugh, salmon and red snapper. I can't stand the smell of red snapper. It just makes me nauseous. My husband loves it, and I asked him, "Would you mind if I never cook this again?" I'm sorry. If we go to a restaurant and you want to order red snapper, that's great, but I can't stand the smell. It makes me nauseous. So I don't even cook that anymore. Salmon patties and sweet potato fries, huh? Yeah, okay. Oh, you want to know what I was pulverizing the shrimp? Yeah, I got this little tiny little food processor about this big, and I cleaned the shrimp. I put some of my hot sauce that I made on them, uh, and I washed them and everything, and I put them down in the food processor and made like a paste. You know, pulverized until it came into a paste, and then I took the mackerel out of the can, drained all the liquid off, and took the bones out because they gave me three fish in that can. Took the bones out, broke it all up with my fingers, and then I put the onion. I took one small onion because it's only one can, right? Excuse me. I took one small onion, pulverized it, put it in the microwave for 1 minute to kind of pre-cook it, get it soft, or sweat it, as we say in the kitchen, and then I mixed that in with the mackerel. I put some um, red pepper, red bell pepper, and garlic, dried. I put that in there and mixed it all up. Put an egg in it, mixed it all up, and a little bit, like about a tablespoon of breadcrumbs to help hold it together. So it's in the refrigerator, and when I get off of here, I'm gonna make some patties out of it. And I have one sweet potato left. One. That's all we need because we'll both be sleepy after we eat it. So I may go ahead and use that. And what else? Or I might make sweet potato chips, like potato chips, because I have a mandolin. and I can slice it real thin, put a little salt on it, and throw it in the oven with a little bit of oil and coconut oil or something like that, and maybe some green beans. Yeah, maybe. Or I'll do a broccoli medley or something like that. She said, no, I don't like red snapper. No, I like halibut. It's expensive though, but I love you can't even find halibut here. But you can find salmon, and I love halibut. Um, yeah, no, you can have the salmon. Ooh, Lord. The only reason why I eat it is because my doctors say it's good for you, and say, when you're cooking salmon and the white stuff comes to the top, that's the good fat. Eat it. I'm like, okay. So I will buy, salmon like from Sam's or something, the big ones that are like $30. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. The canned salmon, I'll get it sometimes and I'll fix it up like I would tuna to make tuna salad or something like that. But yeah, you coming over? Yeah, I love to cook. My husband kept, well, he wasn't the only one, but there was quite a few people that kept after me about opening a restaurant. Um, I guess the reason I never did that, and I did go to school for food service and all that, but the reason that I did not pursue it as a career is because I want to do it because I want to do it. I don't want to do it because my livelihood depends on it. And if I open up a business, well, people go into business to make money, right? I don't want it to be a thing that it's a got to. I got to be in the kitchen today. I've got to open this restaurant or I can't pay my bills. I just didn't want to go there with it. I want to do it because I enjoy doing it without all the stress of having to keep a business running. Um, when I was younger, I lived in a neighborhood where people would get together and put the word out that they were going to be selling dinners that weekend, right? It was just something that we did. And I'm a Philly girl, and the way the houses were made, you could literally open up a window between your house and your neighbor's house and step across into their house, onto their porch. It was crazy. Yeah. And the only thing that would stop it is if you locked it from your side or they locked it from their side. And so my neighbors and my mom used to get together, they'd pool their money together, go to the grocery store, buy up all this chicken quarters, and cut it all up and season it. And they'd make potato salad and greens and cornbread and black eyed peas, and which I can't stand black eyed peas, black eyed peas, and and yeah, and they'd fry the chicken. They have fried chicken and all that stuff and sweet tea or non-sweet tea. And then they just put the word out in the neighborhood. And this was back in the 70s, and they would charge like $5 a plate. I mean, they was rolling in the dough, okay? Because everybody wanted fried chicken. Nobody felt like cooking. And so my mom and my neighbor, they was making all this food and cooking all this stuff. And I don't know. I guess it was like a food speakeasy or something. But they would come, or they would send their child with the money, and we'd send them on with a plate, or they would have a sandwich. They want a chicken sandwich, so they'd get a leg quarter with two pieces of bread or roll or something like that. And yeah, $5 a plate back in the day, back in the 70s. And so they made some decent money. Um, Come to think of it, that might have been illegal. I don't know. I guess my mother didn't have a food handler's permit or whatever. So, but they would just listen. People did what they did to make money. And so, anyhow, yeah. So, tonight I'll be making my thing, but I ain't charging nobody because I plan on eating myself. Lake Lizard says owning a restaurant consumes your life. Yeah, no time for camping. No time for that. This was the first trip that we took in 2 years because we got here from Canada and we had planned on being here for a few months. And then we were going to turn around and go back. But when we got ready to go back, they shut the border because of this pandemic, right? That people still say we're in the middle of. How can you just stay in the middle of something for almost a year, over a year? Anyway, don't even get me started on that. But anyway, uh, yeah, so we didn't go back. And we waited and waited and waited. And they were saying just essential personnel if it's not a commercial vehicle. And not all of those were allowed to go in or come out. So we kind of got stuck. And now they're kind of, taking you hostage and making you stay in a hotel. When you cross the border, you got to go into their approved hotels, and they charge you $2,000 to be there for 3 days. They charge you $2,000 to be there for 3 days. And then they want you to go home and quarantine for another 14 days. And yeah, I'll just wait till they stop losing their minds because I'm a U.S. citizen. I don't have to be there. My husband is a permanent resident here in the United States. He doesn't have to be there either. So we'll just wait till they stop being crazy and extorting people out of all that money, and then we'll consider going back. And if this is something, a practice that they want to keep as a policy, then we will probably never go back. And I'm fine with that too, because I didn't sign up for that when I became a permanent resident there to be extorted out of my money like that. I didn't sign up for that. So I feel like I was already being taken advantage of just because of the pricing of things there. Same exact stuff as here, same exact stuff. And I tell you, one time I went to the cash register, the lady said $400 or whatever.
$57.
I would almost, you could have knocked me over with a feather. We had like 5 bags. We ain't talking about the big, grocery bags, the paper ones. No. these were the little plastic bags, and it was like over $400. I'm thinking there's got to be something wrong with your machine, right? But nope. That's what it costs. I was done. I thought, oh, this isn't working for me. So I couldn't justify what things were costing, but because they got to pay for all that socialized medicine and socialize this and socialize that, then the residents and the citizens are constantly raped of their money. It's just that simple to pay for all this other stuff that people seem to be okay with doing. So there you go. um, they miss our money. Yeah, they gonna miss mine because I can't even tell you how much money I pumped into that country. I'm thinking you ain't gonna hold me hostage when I come back. No, so I ain't coming back until they change their minds about that. Nope. Let's see. Bana says things weren't regulated or enforced in the 70s. Now I know. I guess that's why my mom was able to do it. Nobody, it wasn't a secret. We were just, I was helping her make the potato salad or whatever all she was doing. And then my neighbor was doing whatever she was doing. And we were right next door to each other. And that's how it went, yeah. So I'm sorry. Indra said black hustlers. Don't forget them fish dinners. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They did. My mom and them, they did do that. I'm trying to think of what was it? I think it was trout, though. I don't think it was so much. It might have been catfish. I know they did do fish, but people seemed to really like the chicken, the fried chicken. So they did legs and thighs and wings. That's what people did. That's what we had a demand for. I should have known then I'd be in food somehow, working with food, because I've been working with food my whole life. And yeah, I didn't want to do it as a career. Now, I wanted to go into the kitchen because I like to be there and I like to create things in the kitchen. And my husband's always excited when I go in the kitchen. He's sitting back doing this because he doesn't know what's coming out. And But he says whatever it is, he said, whatever it is, I'm gonna eat it because I know it's gonna be good. So anyhow, which might explain why both of us look like Humpty and Dumpty. So and just said my church was selling breakfast and dinner and cake sales. Yeah. Porgies. Yes. I think we have those here. No, maybe not. Here in Oklahoma we have catfish. A lot of catfish. Mud cat and all these different kinds of catfish. We have bluegill, we have crappie. I don't think we have porgy. Um, unless it's up north somewhere. Whiting. I don't know that we have whiting here. I know. He's like, what's she doing now? So, anyhow, so does anybody have any ideas? I have some ideas about what to put with my seafood patties. But what would you put with it? Do you even eat that? Because, some people don't like seafood. I know people that my grandson, he will not eat seafood at all. He gets sick. It makes him sick. So the shellfish, particularly the shellfish, he doesn't really have an allergic reaction to it. He's just repulsed by it. I don't know why. I'll eat yours. Give me them shrimp. I'll eat yours. But he doesn't. He won't eat seafood at all. Not even regular fish. He just nope. He likes roast. He likes chicken. He likes grandma's cooking. I had to tell him, look, I ain't your wife, okay? And I ain't your girlfriend. I ain't cooking for you every time I see you. That boy was trying to wear me out. No. Go tell your mom, fix you something. Oyster stew. The jury's still out on that one. Oyster stew? How do you even fix that? Oyster stew. Yeah. Excuse me. I like mussels. Mussels? Is that how you say it? I like those. Oysters? My husband likes oysters. I'll eat the ones that are smoked in the can if I'm desperate. If it's like, 10 o'clock at night and I don't want to raid the refrigerator, then I might open up a can of oysters and, excuse me, drain the oil off and throw some hot sauce on it, kind of hold my nose and eat it. Oysters, not so much. I like mussels. I'm not real big on clams. I like mussels. I love shrimp. Uh, I like crawfish. I love lobster, and I like certain fish. And let's see, salmon burgers, red rice. Red rice, you know what? I had red rice before. My assistant that lives in our home is from Guam. And she used to talk to me about red rice, and she made some. Yeah. She's from Guam. I don't like green peppers. No. I like the red ones, orange ones, yellow ones, yes, but not green. Oysters, half and half, and butter. Oh, I know what yes, okay, okay. I know what you're talking about. Oyster stew. I have had that. I have had that. And I can eat that. I can eat that. That's okay. I was thinking that you meant like in a red sauce, in a pot with potatoes and all this. And I'm thinking, how do you even do that without them turning out like rubber? Ah! Anyway, uh, Linda says, I don't like seafood either, but the rest of my family does. I remember when families would get together and cook chicken and fish dinners to rate. Yeah, right. Right. That's what my mom did. You think mussels taste bitter? Oh, I've never had that experience. And I haven't had paella either. Although I know what it is, but I haven't had it. And I've never made it. You thought red rice was a Geechee thing? It could be. I don't know. It might be. It might be, but she's from Guam. And she's the only one that I have ever heard speak about red rice other than you just now. And I didn't find it all that. I mean, the color was red, kind of like a pinkish rust color, like. But I didn't see a big difference in the taste. It was just the color was different. But I love seafood. Oh my goodness. And I try to not eat a whole lot because I know that seafood, shellfish in particular, is very high in cholesterol. And I'm doing really good in the cholesterol department, with the exception of the good stuff. The good cholesterol is right on par with my bad cholesterol, which is very good. But in the case of your good cholesterol, it needs to be higher than your bad cholesterol. So there you go. Anyway, I had never heard of red rice either until my assistant mentioned it. So what would go with my stuff tonight, you guys? I'm going to make these patties here shortly, and I've got a choice now. I can make some green beans, right? I have some green beans. I was about to say, unfortunately, I was going to tell you how I cook them. Unfortunately, the way I cook my green beans, especially if they're frozen, I will cut an onion, like I'll quarter it and separate it, and then I'll use salted butter, and I saute the onions in the pan, in the pot. And when the onions, after they sweat, then I'll put in the frozen green beans, give it a stir. I don't add any water or anything. Put the top on and let the green beans steam in the onion and the butter, and that's it. Don't tell my doctor, but that's it. That's how I cook my green beans. Unless I'm using meat, then I don't. I'll skip the butter, and I'll use ham shank or something like that. So, but I don't know what they have with my patties. Oh, that's how you make it red. You add tomato sauce to it. Who knew? I sure didn't. I'm looking for suggestions for my shrimp, my seafood patties, my mackerel and shrimp that I got all mixed together. I'm going to form it in. I might be able to get 4 patties, maybe. I hope, because there's 2 of us, and if I can only get 3, he's only getting 1. So don't tell him I said so. Anyway, I could do that. If I used bacon in my green beans, I wouldn't put the butter. Maybe I might put the butter. Now that I'm thinking about it, a green salad and corn. Now here's the thing about the green salad. Don't tell my doctor this one either. Ooh, me and raw vegetables. Oh, I got a problem with it. Oh, you know what? I have carrots. I have carrots. I can make carrots and dill. I can do that. I can do that. Carrots and dill. And I do have potatoes. Yeah, I guess I can do that. I forgot I had those carrots in there. I got to cook them so they don't go bad. I don't know if I have any corn. If I do, it's in the freezer. Remove the butter and replace it with olive oil. Yeah, I can do that. I usually cook in olive oil, grapeseed oil, or coconut oil. Anyway, I very rarely use the other oils. Wilted lettuce with bacon. I like wilted spinach with bacon and garlic. I like that. I like cooked vegetables. I can eat raw vegetables, but I really got to have a taste for it. Like if I go out to Golden Corral or something like that, I will get a big plate of salad, but then I put a bunch of stuff on it, which kind of defeats the purpose. So, oh well, what can I tell you? Thank you, Eloise. She says she loves my hair. Thank you. I wish it came out better, but maybe next time. Maybe next time it'll come out better than it did. So somebody's having tuna fish for dinner. Somebody else is having salmon, I think. And I'm going to have my seafood. I don't know. I guess some people call them croquettes. You know what else I've seen? I've seen people make take seafood, make a paste out of it, and then mix it in with like flour and baking powder and all that, and throw it in a pot with some hot oil, almost like a dumpling or something. The thing with that is you gotta really be careful that it's cooked all the way through without messing up your seafood. And because if it's not, when you cut it open, you're gonna have something weird going on it. Ugh. Like it'll be pasty or doughy or something. Now you want to gag me? Give me something pasty or doughy. Oh, I just can't. I can't. Cauliflower cooked with Old Bay seasoning and black beans. I'll skip the black beans, but I like cauliflower. I made some red beans the other day. They were good too. I had pressure canned them like in 2019. They were excellent. I thought, ooh, I need to do that more often. Mm-hmm. Eloise says she's having sloppy joes. Good for you. I haven't done that in a long time. There's an idea. I don't know if I have any ground beef left though. But anyhow, yep, sloppy joes. That we used to have that a lot when I was coming up. Sloppy joes, hamburger helper, tuna helper, all that stuff that's loaded with salt that we didn't know it then. I'm still here. What can I tell you? Hi, Margaret. I just noticed you. Black beans cooked with coconut milk. How do you do that? I've never heard of that. What else do you put in it? Peas or beans will do. Yeah. I've got peas. I've got some peas. Uh, now I have too many ideas. So, anyway, well, I don't want to bore you guys. You've been hanging out with me for an hour. So, I appreciate you guys coming by. Thank you so much. Make sure you do the thumbs up like we talked about earlier. Because listen, the life of this channel really, really depends on you guys. It doesn't depend so much on me. It's a partnership. It depends on you guys too and your participation. And for everybody that has participated and have been talking and dialoguing, I really love these times. I like the real time interaction and stuff. One of these days, perhaps, we'll be able to see each other all together in a room or something. I think that would be cool. Although I did do a poll once and I asked my subscribers who wanted to do a live thing on Skype or Zoom or something like that. And most of you said you did not want to do that. I thought, what? Yeah, that was surprising. But okay, I mean, if you don't want to do that, that's cool. I do have those meetings during the week. I'm in uh, well, I am an ordained minister. For those of you that did not know that, I'm probably just one of the most down to earth ministers you'll ever meet. But anyway, so we do meet with our folks like twice a week and live, so we all see each other and talk all the time, and we're spread out through the United States. So um, yeah, it's like a big family. Anyhow, anise, star anise, and a smidge of sugar. That sounds interesting. I might give that a try. I've never been really keen on black beans, Andrea, but I might give that a whirl one day. All right, you guys. Thank you, Lake Lizard. I shall keep tripping. Mr. Viking washed the rig today. First time in 2 years. We just been sitting here. So anyhow, I will see you guys the next time I come on. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate your time. And um, I will try to give you notice at least 24 hours again before I come on again the next time. And in the meantime, I will see you later. Have a good evening. Have a great weekend and keep it natural. Bye. Bye, y'all. See you later.